I am Leslie Batulan, and we are here to report our problem solving, mathematical investigation, and modeling. It's about solving problem involving circle, specifically central angle. Many students still find it hard to solve problems about central angles and circle geometry. Based on interviews and test results from first-year BS Ed mathematics students, it was seen that learners often get confused about relationship between central angles and their intercepted arcs, how to use the formulas correctly, and how to understand what the problem is asking. These difficulties lead to repeated mistakes such as choosing the wrong formula, misunderstanding the given information, and giving incorrect final answers. Because of this, there is a need to look more closely at the exact reasons why students struggle with central angle problems. This study aims to identify the common errors they make, the concept they find confusing, and the part of the lesson where they need more support. By understanding these challenges, the study hopes to help teachers find a better way to teach central angles and improve students' performance in solving these types of problems. This study focuses on students' difficulties in solving problems involving central angles because this topic is an important part of circle geometry. Central angles help students understand arcs, sectors, and the overall structure of a circle. Many students, however, find this lesson confusing due to the gaps in their basic knowledge and trouble connecting the ideas to one another. And these difficulties lead to wrong solutions, low scores, and a negative attitude towards geometry. This investigation is needed because the problem shows strong intrinsic features. First, it has mathematical significance since students must understand what a central angle is and how it relates to the radius and arcs. It also provides a cognitive challenge because students must think, visualize, and reason instead of simply memorizing the formulas. The problem also encourages reasoning and justification, which means learners must explain why their answer makes sense, not just simply compute the value. And these features make the task meaningful for building a real understanding. At the same time, the problem also shows important extrinsic features. It is clear and easy to understand when written properly, helping students focus on the main idea without getting confused. The topic can also be made engaging because central angles can be connected to a real situation, such as fan blades, Ferris wheels, pizza slices, or circular signs. It also fits well with the cultural and social background of the students since circular objects appear in Filipino traditions, decorations, games, and food. These connections make the lesson more relatable and motivating. Because of this intrinsic and extrinsic strength, central angle problems are a good choice for investigation. Studying how students handle this lesson can help teachers understand where the difficulties came from and what teaching strategies will better support learners. The result of the study may guide teachers in improving their instructions, reducing misconceptions, and helping students gain confidence in solving geometry problems.
Exploration data or the diagnostic results. This section presents the initial data gathered from a diagnostic task given to a sample group of students to assess their foundational understanding and problem-solving ability that involves central angles in a circle. The data serves as the empirical basis for identifying potential difficulties. The raw data collection, a short diagnostic test with a total score of 10 points involving the application of central angle theorems, was given to 5 students, or number of students. The scores recorded were as following. And here is the quantitative analysis. The raw scores were analyzed to determine the central tendency and the overall performance level. The total score is 26. The mean score is 5.2 and the percentage performance is 52%. The calculated mean score of 5.2 out of 10 or 52% indicates that the students on average are finding it hard to correctly solve approximately half of the problems related to central angles. This low performance suggests that a significant conceptual or procedural gap requires further investigation. For the first conjecture, students fail to differentiate between the formula for central angles and inscribed angles, whereas it may be a confusion between the measure of central angle equals the measure of arc and the measure of inscribed angle is equals to half of the measure of the arc. For the conjectures, based on the low average score observed in the data, the following specific hypotheses are conjectured to be students' difficulties' primary causes. These will be the focus of the continuous investigation and intervention. For the justification and proposed proof, in the justification for investigation, the quantitative evidence 52% mean score strongly justifies a detailed exploration of the errors. Knowing that students perform poorly is insufficient. The investigation must identify which specific concepts caused their low performance. The low score is not random. It points to a systematic failure in understanding one or more foundational principles. The proposed validation or proof strategy. To validate the conjectures and formally prove the source of the difficulty, a mixed method approach will be implemented. The first one is qualitative error analysis, where each student's test paper will be analyzed individually or item by item to establish specific patterns of error. The second one is targeted intervention. A focused teaching module will be developed to address the primary conceptual error identified directly in the qualitative analysis, such as if the first conjecture is confirmed, the module will only focus on the difference between central and inscribed angles. The third one is post-test or empirical proof. A parallel version. The third one is post-test or empirical proof. A parallel version of the diagnostic test will be implemented after the intervention where a statistically significant putik naman no. Pakikat na lang calendar as a post-test. Last one, or the third one, is post-test or empirical proof. A parallel version of the diagnostic test will be implemented after the intervention. A statistically significant improvement in the mean score, for example, from 5.2 to 8.5, will serve as the empirical proof that the identified difficulty was diagnosed correctly and remediated effectively. This systematic approach will transform the initial into a proven conclusion regarding the precise nature of the student's difficulty.
Good day, I am DJ Rivera. So in continuation, after collecting and analyzing the data from our investigation into students' difficulties with central angle problems, we've arrived at some key conclusions and recommendations. I will now present our generalization, reflection process, and outline the limitations and areas for further investigation. For our generalization, our core finding here is summarized in this section, and it provides a broad statement about what drives success in this area of geometry. The study suggests that a student's ability to successfully solve central angle problems, whether they are routine, direct calculations, or non-routine, complex tasks is not just about memorizing formulas. We observe that simple, formulaic procedural fluency alone is not enough for tackling unfamiliar or complex problems. Therefore, our instructional recommendation is clear. Teaching must shift from purely procedural repetition to a balanced approach that promotes conceptual understanding, justification, and reasoning through cognitively challenging and contextualized problems. For our reflection, reflecting on the entire process and the investigation was highly successful in confirming the initial problem. We were able to identify the student struggles stem from deep misconceptions and an over-reliance on routine problem solving. Analyzing the student test papers allow us to confirm the theoretical issues discussed in the literature, such as confusing arc and angle relationship and the poor application of basic theorems. Crucially, the problem we choose, solving problems involving center angles, proved to be a good task for mathematical investigation. It successfully encouraged the development of deeper reasoning and visualization skills. The study confirmed that while students could handle simple, direct calculations, their weaknesses emerged only when a problem required deduction and justification. Let's move on to our limitation and further investigation. Finally, we acknowledge the boundaries of our study and propose ways to expand this research. For our limitation, first is we have small sample size. Our investigation was limited to only 5 participants, which restricts the generalizability of our research to a broader population. Second limitation, limited scope of tests. The assessment is focused narrowly on center angles, so it may not capture the full range of mathematical difficulties faced by the students in geometry. And lastly is the single institution context. Since the study was conducted at the University of Southeastern Philippines, Tagum Mini Campus, cultural and curricular factors may limit the direct application for findings to other schools or regions. Next is our further investigation. To build on these results, we recommend 3 key areas for follow-up research. So first is the intervention study. A follow-up study should implement the recommended solutions such as a strategic problem solving, or what we call a Polias method, visual aids to directly measure their impact on students' conceptual understanding and performance. Second is qualitative analysis of reasoning. We propose conducting in-depth think aloud protocols with students. This will help us gain a deeper, real-time understanding of the reasoning processes, identify logical flaws, and assess their metacognitive awareness when tackling non-routine problems. And lastly, effect of technology. Lastly, we should explore the effectiveness of GeoGebra assisted or software-based instruction, specifically targeting the central angle definition and its relationship to the inscribed angle as suggested by the national studies.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number